I do have a little disclaimer, so I just wanted to say it on the recording, which is why I waited. I spoke to Matt about this, but I'll repeat it. So it's likely you guys will go to the temple this session. I don't think you'll complete it, but there's a lot of RP that's going to happen in the temple. The book suggests I take control of people's characters at certain points. I'm not going to do that, but if I message you something, I'll basically expect you to abide by it strictly. So that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, if I feel like you're not holding true to an RP thing, I'll warn you and I'll say that you need to do this.
Potential badness. Yeah. I just got over badness.
I'm not overly worried about people not doing it because we're usually quite good at that stuff. But yeah, if I feel like it's not true enough, I may step in and say you need to do this. Okay.
Good.
It sounds like an exciting place.
I remember how the whole wisdom check thing went down at Strahd, so...
What's your wisdom score?
We sit in the army, dude.
I think my wisdom was actually okay, hold on. Yeah, my wisdom's not awful. However, my intelligence is terrible.
It will mostly be up to your character's decisions, what happens to you. But anyway, let's start the actual session properly. So, who's in charge of the armor?
Me.
What was the command you gave it? Guard.
Guard, yeah, just like guard the lift.
Okay.
And we're all in the tiny hut.
And you're all in a tiny hut. Can like someone knock on the door, or are you just like?
It's a movable floor. So because we're at the top floor, the tiny hut basically controls the whole.
So basically, somebody wouldn't even be able to enter like the top floor
Yeah,
because it's like blocking it.
Squashed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's a bubble of a movable floor. So.
Okay, fine. So in that case, you guys have your long rest, and nothing happens. No HP reductions. This time. And yeah, you can wake up, and I assume you're still in the hut. So you wake up feeling refreshed.
Oh my god, so not the alarm clock that I need.
Eirril, to you, Xyril is looking quite elderly. And for Claw and Ichiro, he looks a bit like, because you haven't known him as long, he looks a bit like maybe worn, a bit like tired, run down, sort of.
Yeah, there's still something affecting you there, Xyril.
Yeah, it's probably this stupid hag.
Maybe what I did, let it happen. Maybe your madness was stopping it.
But he was getting older before that. So even before he cured it, he was still getting older.
Yeah, it's probably just probably just a time thing. All I need is a good drink and a good woman, and I'll be fine again.
Yeah, you need someone to rejuvenate you.
Oh,
I just need to be that.
It doesn't look like tiredness. it looks pretty bad.
He's like his face is getting more and more old. He's getting wrinkles.
Yeah, like it looks clearly to you like he's like aging. I mean, you've known him for ages, which is why I'm saying it.
Originally, I would have looked like 19.
19?
19.
Holy shit!
So bear in mind that.
Jesus, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Xyril is fucking 19.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
He's a kid.
yeah, he is.
so yeah, to Eirril, to you, some fuckery is going on. But obviously the other two haven't known him as long. So
Can I do some sort of Arcana investigation check?
what are you trying to check exactly?
If there's like, I want to see what's behind it, but that's quite a big question.
Okay, you can
Maybe like if the's like
something's
something
affecting
controlling
you.
it. To,
Okay, roll Arcana.
Do you not look at 19? No, is it?
that's not 12.
You kind of get the feeling there's not something external doing this. Also, from what Ichiro told you of the hut, they wouldn't be able to get in. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Some sort of fuckery is going on here with you, Xyril. Someone's trying to screw you over.
Probably. You know what? Because this place is just not a fun place to be in. That's for sure. Well, who knows? Once we've dealt with the big S, maybe it'll blow over.
Maybe you are gassed.
No, maybe. And I've tried to remove curse on myself because Stephen did it.
Trust me, what you look like is not normal. No amount of stress could do that to a person.
Yeah. And I've had that happen to me already.
Unless there's something else that's cursed that needs something else.
Or something more powerful.
Or you could be holding on to some sort of item that's slowly cursing you.
Already.
Already the eye. What else is there?
I
What
mean,
are you hiding, Xyril?
You can have a look at my bag if you want.
Or maybe it's to do
Or
with
perhaps
it.
it's for being asshole you've been punished.
That's the correct.
No.
Maybe I reckon Claw's right.
Yeah, I think Claw might be right. Well, I mean, I've been an arsehole. I've been turning, getting older. So.
Well, to be fair, because people are quite racist, they're going to pick me over some really
Could be a
little
race
elf,
thing.
aren't they?
Yeah,
It's
it could be a race thing.
I don't think this is something to do with racism. I think
Hey man, Eirril was there every step of the way. I was, at least I was mad. I was got no excuse.
I'm just slowly been getting more and more evil. What can I say?
Exactly. So, I think if anything, Eirril should be more the target of this aging thing than me.
I mean, to be fair,
I think people are just jealous.
slight point.
I think people are just,
Well, even
I mean,
that.
sometimes you gotta fuck people over to get where you want to go.
exactly.
So the demon hunter is becoming more like the demon demons.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. I'm probably channeling more of my evilness.
There you go. See, people just blame me. It seems easy because it's racism.
And you're bad.
Look, I was mad. I had madness. It's what it is.
And you're bad.
I mean, that remains to be seen.
I've met many bad people and they are not as bad as you.
It's not doing it properly. Just lazy. That's what it is.
So where are we going as well as that?
Well, I suppose we've got two options here. Considering we cured my madness, we could always go to the that mage fellow that was trying to kill us. I mean, everyone's trying to kill us, but this guy was specifically honoured about why he's trying to kill us.
He's really the only one that's fought Strahd and survived, isn't he? So
And that could help us.
it's experience.
Claws of life.
Yeah, true.
I mean, let
Even though he died first, but he came back.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
Trust me.
We've had run-ins
I've
with
been to
Strahd,
that store before. That was not it.
but he could be quite powerful.
Leave it to the story, man.
I don't know. He could prove to be a very useful ally or Cantrip or whatever whatever you want to, how you want to label people. I mean, it's either that or we've got we can actually deal with whatever Casimir's problem is.
Are you sure that you are not still mad a little bit? Because I would not insult someone so much bigger than
No, he's a really he's an elf guy who's probably the most depressing person in the world.
What person is he?
which one gets us some more
What
allies?
person the claw?
I mean, people are just. The thing is, I mean, there's a difference between people just generally being depressed because you're around, or just saying the most depressing things in the world. He's pretty full on, but he could again prove to be quite well. But he basically won't help us until we sort the temple out, which could hold secrets that might benefit us.
Yeah, we could always get.
Secrets. Knowledge is power in most cases.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's really
I
bad.
would seek benefit for the last thing we went after that was in some kind of castle, temple, whatever you want to call it. We got from Mona. And quite frankly, as much as I love Ireland right now, it would be very much preferred if we all had some kind of Ramona.
No, you can't call her Ramona as well. I've got my Ramona. You guys got to call her something else.
I have called her Ramona, that is enough.
She's my special Ramona.
Special
I just started stroking the hilt.
And people think I'm crazy. Yeah.
Hey, man.
He's stroking his weapon.
Stroking the weapon.
There is nothing wrong with stroking the weapon.
Noble sword
Plenty of people
with
do
a mighty left.
it is totally not.
See, I think I'm the most normal person here.
No.
Well, I suppose the armor's fairly normal. We'll go with the armour. The armour is probably the most normal person here.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Well, so what's
Think
the...
about, how does this thing work? Do we all give it commands or just you? And Claw just taps the metal armor.
So the armor, I'm assuming, is not in your hut because you told it to guard the lift.
No, because the hut is.
Okay, so he is with you.
So it's quite big.
So in that case, Arthur, when you tap it, it doesn't react.
But after 8 hours, the hut disappears. So.
Does it ting?
Oh, so it's gone now
How much
anyway.
of a ting is? Like I've got like a like animal-like claws instead of nails. Does it ting?
Yeah, it like sort of chimes out metallically.
Well, I think I've got it. I think it's under my control since I said that weird magical word on it.
Yeah.
I only got it. I only did it because I passed a history check. I forgot the word was. Yeah. We just have to say, it's the door word. Whatever that is.
Does this head in the chest?
I don't know. Just say leave it there.
I mean,
We could leave it for Rictovstein to come back.
I think we should burn it. It's for Stani. Scum.
Burn it with his monkey sword. Swing down and slice
This is a
into...
good way to find out how good Ramona
I don't know
is,
if I
but
could burn it.
we really want to piss off Rictovstein if he is using this head for information.
That's the thing. It could be useful.
The fact that the head's here means that Octavius probably doesn't want it.
Well, if he didn't want it, why didn't he just kill it?
Also, it doesn't look like just a head left here alone.
Well,
This
it
looks like a place where Rictovstein is probably living, so it's more safe keeping than leaving it here.
I mean, we met Rictovstein, but as far as we considered he was just sort of some circus ringleader. Didn't know he could decapitate people.
Yeah.
Let alone decapitate someone and leave it alive somehow. This is a very different, this Rictovstein is a lot more suspicious than we originally gave him
I
credit
feel
for.
like it could be helpful to seek him out.
But I don't know where he is. We don't know where he is, unfortunately. We'll have to just wait and hope that we come across him. Unless the head knows. We asked him.
We could leave a note.
What, staple it to the
Hi
head?
Rictovstein, we've been here. Talk to head. Notice that you have left this place. When you come back, could you possibly contact us in some simple way? If you happen to know something like sending, or perhaps you have a raven, I don't know.
How much writing have you got? I mean, what are you writing all this with?
There's a whole desk.
Has there got enough stuff on it?
Yeah, I'll say there's writing equipment on the desk.
Okay, we should probably write.
By the way, as Claw is writing, his handwriting is so nice.
Oh my god.
It's misspelled.
Alright.
It's like really smooth handwriting, lovely lettering, but it's all misspelled.
I don't even know how to react to that.
Claw, I think you're going to screw up that letter there.
What do you mean? This is my best handwriting.
No, your grammar is all off, man.
What do you mean?
Come on,
It's perfectly fine.
Who taught you this stuff? It's all off. Here, let me write out.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying, a pretty note is better than a scrappy note.
I hope that they know how to read it.
Yeah.
There's no point.
We could say it was coded.
Well, he
Thank you.
he-
Coded. Why it's coded? It looks perfectly fine to me.
I mean, he knows me and Xyril, so I should probably put from Xyril and Eirril. So at least he'll trust us.
Which Rictovstein human?
He looks human to you guys.
Oh, well,
Okay, yeah, I'll write out the letter then.
Okay, so remind me again, what's the letter that you're writing?
I'm just saying from Xyril and Eirril,
Oh, okay.
we came across your room. Can you contact us? I'll just say we didn't know anything about the head, so we left it.
Thanks for the armor.
Sorry about the armor, but it wouldn't leave us alone.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I don't know. That's assuming that it will work. I shouldn't be leaving this tower.
So we'll wait to find out.
So what's the
stand on the
vote?
lift and say, down!
You hear it. And the lift starts going down.
Is everyone on the lift?
Oh,
yeah.
They're going down.
The very cramped lift.
I think Claw wouldn't be on the lift, and then he'd realise you're going down and probably leap for it.
Oh my god.
Have you told the armor to do anything?
Yeah, it's coming with us.
You gotta tell it.
Okay. Armor, come with us.
It comes.
Basically, until sold otherwise, this thing's following us. Basically.
Okay. I mean, so I'm gonna go with the last command you gave it. So the last command you gave it was come, so it's gonna follow you. So yeah, you guys, the lift goes all the way down, and yeah, you arrive on the ground floor. I'll move you down a bit like that.
Sort of on the way down, we kind of like, well, did we ever decide where we were going? Which way we were
I
going?
just realised it's an even tighter space on the lift down because now we've got the armour as well.
Oh yeah, this is uncomfortably close, for sure. Yeah.
So look, Mark.
What do we reckon then? Crazy mage man or Amber Temple?
I'd say man.
Where do we think we are going to get more weapons or something like Ramona? Because I feel like all of us should be well kitted out.
Well, I suppose that would be the Amber Temple.
Thank you, Ichiro.
But then I guess the mage would in theory be quicker. Sort of,
Yeah.
But then it does take us, uncomfortably close to Valaki. That's the only problem.
When you met this mage, did he seem particularly powerful, like a Verzi ally?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty powerful.
I mean, like I said, he's survived an encounter with the big S.
He shot
What
off
are
like
the chances we can get close enough to him to do what Ichiro did to you?
I mean, I can
Easily.
I could always turn Ichiro invisible.
I could turn him into myself.
Oh, well, there you go then. Simple. Even easier.
Well, if it is a quick shot and it benefits us with a new ally, I see no problem.
Yeah, that's good. We're close to it as well.
Yeah, right, we'll do that. I mean, we should also check out this wagon if it's still there. Remember that wagon on the way in? Well, it could have.
I mean, that's Rictovstein's property, so
I swear we looked inside and
Oh,
I
you
didn't
can
look
ride
up much.
it. We can ride it.
Is it Rictovstein? Do we know?
probably.
It could be sleeping in there.
No, we saw it. No,
Well,
I have a feeling you want to get in there for a very different kind of reason.
I mean, if there's nice stuff in there, it could help.
Claw, can you?
Stealing from a possible new ally is
We don't
not a
know.
way to start a relationship, Simon.
We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't
open
know.
it. No
We
one's
don't know.
there.
We don't know if it's
Oh,
Rictavio.
I don't know it's us.
If it was Rictavio's, why would he have left it here?
We
You would take it
literally
with him.
just left a note telling Rictavio we were just here.
yeah, he knows.
No, exactly. He
I
could
got
have
our names
back
down.
and
If
easily
we
answered.
burn the thing afterwards, then it's all sorted.
Exactly. I mean, he won't know it's us. It could have been anybody.
And get your,
If
get
anything-
get your automaton thing to
If
do.
any, if exactly, no fingerprints.
No, I put our names down in the letter.
Yeah, but it's fine.
That's
If
what
anything,
we know it's here.
he wouldn't think that we put our names down on a piece of paper and then loot from him. It is the
Do
perfect
you
crime.
understand how to make allies?
Yes.
No,
No, and you
It
don't.
has to be a situation of trust and give and take. And that is where we need to
I
actually walk
I don't
together
think
for
it's
a thing.
Rictavio's. Anybody's.
exactly. It's not got Rictavio's name on it.
Yeah, true. That's true.
It could be anybody's.
No, it's not Rictavio's.
It could be a Vistani's for all we know.
Look,
It
I'm
could
not
be
here
the
to get
headless
wrong.
man. It could be the headed man upstairs.
Exactly.
If you are going to try take from it, I am not going to be privy to it. And Claw literally walks up the road a little bit and just stands there with his arms crossed.
Claw, can you update your health by the way, because you're still on 10.
Can I update my what?
Your health on a roll 20.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just realised I've updated it on.
Yep. No worries. And anybody else who needs to update it, please do so. Okay, so
Back to triple digits.
so Claw has walked off from the wagon. I'm assuming you're all outside, by the way.
Yeah.
Claw's walked off from the wagon. He's crossed his arms. What are the rest of you doing?
So, what was the lock situation on this wagon?
There's a steel padlock on the back door, and hanging from it is a sign that says "Keep out." And I think somebody previously had a look at it, and they detected an aura of conjuration magic around it.
I'm going to stick with it and use that thing to do it.
That's what I'm thinking.
And if anything happens,
How do people think about us stepping away
Yeah.
and then getting the armor to do it?
Yeah.
that seems to be the easiest course.
That's what we're doing. I'm gonna get the armor to break that lock.
Sure. So okay, everyone's gonna do what?
We're all stepping away.
Yeah.
I'm ready to react to something because someone's in situation.
Okay.
Something's going to happen.
So you're all what? Stepping away and what? Standing next to Claw, I guess.
No, not that
No.
How far back?
bad.
I'm gonna prepare-
30 feet away.
I'm gonna prepare counter spell.
Ooh.
In reaction to any magic
Any magic.
happening.
No.
So I'd say it's 30 feet away. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 feet.
So you're standing 30 feet away.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast anything that walks out.
I will. Fish.
Okay. Cool. So please give your commands to the armor. It's currently standing next to you.
Go and break that lock.
Okay. It bows, and then it sort of jerkily kind of like walks up, gets the lock, chop, smashes it off, then it just stands there. Nothing happens.
Do we need to give it a weapon? Or does it have weapons? Does it have weapons on it?
It has no weapons on it. It's just using its hands at the moment.
Do you have a weapon? We don't have a weapon.
I've got a scimitar to give.
Have you?
It actually uses remote.
Yeah, you could do.
Well, I've actually got a silver scimitar that I got from Strahd.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing will go backwards. That's good.
Yeah, I'll give him.
Wait, hold on a second there. Did you just say you have a silvered weapon?
Yeah, from Strahd.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good in Claw's hands?
I mean, I've had it holstered for the whole time, so you've already seen it. That's the first time I've said it.
I guess he wouldn't know it was silvered because he wouldn't be able to see it. But if you take it out, then you'll.
Law has literally walked away to stand away from all of you. I don't know what's going on. So I have no idea what's going on right now.
I can throw it to you.
So you're throwing the silver scimitar?
No, I'll see if anything comes out first.
Okay, I mean when he knocks the lock off, nothing happens, and the armor stands there, waiting for orders.
Oh, I guess yeah. Get in there.
Too slow, man.
I'm just making sure nothing was happening. Right, armor, open the door.
The armor bows again, and it goes and pushes open the door. And to you guys, it seems like almost like night's become day. There's a huge and fire just like erupts everywhere.
That's one with 30 feet back.
The fire, a searing wall of flame, literally comes and it almost reaches you guys. It stops just short.
It's 30 feet away.
And
We're almost exactly 30 feet away, so I totally
there's a huge column of fire, and when you all like cough, you like smokes like in your eyes, and when it clears, you see the slightly melted remains of the armor lying in a huddle.
That is an extreme measure, that is.
Is the cart?
The wagon has been completely reduced to just smithereens. Yeah, you can see like vague outlines of what were the contents of the wagon just burning.
I'm going to
Wait,
investigate.
yeah, can we investigate?
What we could have done.
Well, at least, you know, if we're not going to get it, at least no one else can get it. I mean, I think that seems like a fair. If you're going to get to a point where you're putting fire explosive security on your wagon, you have to expect to come home to a burning car of a wagon.
Okay,
You know,
so you're kind of like looking through. You got a really good roll, so I'll kind of tell you more details. There was lots of stuff in this wagon. You find lots of burning remnants of like weaponry. It looks like silvered weaponry.
Wow.
Quite like an assortment of it, like morning stars, crossbows, battle axes. There's several sets of clothing which are burning. There's some musical instruments which look like they're burning as well. You find the burning charred remains of a chicken. There's several sets of wooden objects which, even though you rolled really well, you can't really make out what they are, and like parchment with could have been anything, stuff written on it. Lots of parchment actually, lots of scroll type things that are burning. There's also a lot of gold that seems to have been there, which is kind of like melted. Yeah. It's not like gold as in money, but like golden somethings. You're not really sure what. They're kind of like deformed.
So
You could wait a bit and take it. It'll be kind of like melted gold, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll kick it out so you can take it away.
Okay.
So
Add
pile of gold.
pile of gold from wagon, and then I'll know what it refers to.
What about silver?
No, I think that's fucked, to be honest. Because it was on the weaponry, and it's like, ooh, yeah, fucked up. So I'm gonna say it takes me like 10 minutes to like safely extract the gold. After 10 minutes have passed, you all hear distant howling.
Oh, okay. Okay, the owner's coming for it.
You guys could speed up, perhaps. I do not like the sound.
Hey, get up the gold!
I mean, we've lost our little armor friend now. That was short-lived.
What?
I'm going to turn to
Better
Claw.
it than us. You
So
know?
what's Claw's weaponry situation right now? What's he wielding?
He's got a glaive on his back, and he's got his great sword on his back. Both look like steel, I guess.
Alright, I'm going to turn to Claw and say, this might be of some good use to you. I'm going to chuck in the silver scimitar.
Cool.
So this is a silvered scimitar,
I don't
isn't it?
remember the
Yep.
stats. Do you know the stats?
It's the same D6.
I think it's a D6, but it's still
So
good.
it's just
Yeah.
Question.
Yep.
As
Yep.
could I, theoretically, remove the blade from the top of my glaive and replace it with the scimitar?
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna say yes in theory, but you need some kind of tool or something to like do it.
You can need a blacksmith for that. Like I don't.
You don't
It is the
need a
workshop.
blacksmith because it's a wooden stick, technically.
How stable
What I would
is
have
that?
to do is I'd have to remove the hilt and just have the blade with the form with like the.
You could cut
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Otherwise. You could use the sword
Yeah.
to cut the wood, and then
Yeah, I'm gonna say you need some kind of equip something. Which is
would
com-
need. That's fair.
Yeah.
I need some kind of tool.
Yeah, something. But I'd say yeah, in theory it's possible. Yeah, if you just say to me you use a tool to do it and it sounds convincing, I'll say okay. Yeah, see if we could have done it.
See if we could have
Yeah.
done it. That's okay. Well, I'll take the. Was it just a silvered scimitar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you could just use it as base. Like it's still useful against stuff that you'll.
Yeah. I'll add it.
Because, yeah, it's D6, but it goes through some resistances.
I'm gonna take the armor off the map.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I guess we need to replace the armor with a different companion now.
Sure.
You know, we're down a person.
That's the meat shield.
I mean, shield, God, I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
We always need a milk shield.
yeah, we have no real. I mean, I suppose at the moment, Claw is really kind of our shield. You know,
A mid shield.
yes.
Could Ramona do it?
Do what?
Like chop off the hilt?
Yeah, she could definitely chop it off. But how would you
I don't know how I'd do it
reattach?
back on.
Yeah, that's the main thing I'm thinking.
Yeah.
How would you
Like you
reattach
could
it?
tie it, but that's not going to be
Yeah.
stable enough. You need to melt it.
It's all right.
Yeah, we don't have anyone.
They don't have a silver scimitar in D&D Beyond for some reason. Just put a note next to it.
Okay.
We'll go to the Mad Mage then. Yeah, we'll head towards the Mad Mage area. So
Okay.
we'll go around Valakis,
Silver.
go to where those boats are,
Yep.
go across and
Okay.
No more interactions.
let's
then?
go part
So-
across.
No more interactions. I have to roll a d20.
So yeah, as previously stated, I think especially for the meetup, I don't want to bog people down with lots of combat encounters. So I think we're just going to hand wave it for now, and so that you guys, being sneaky and stuff, you're giving Valaki like a wide berth. I guess it's fine. I don't want to bog it down. You guys have had plenty of combat, and the temple itself is going to take a long time.
We have
so-
to row across the lake.
Yeah, I'll say
So we're gonna need both.
as long as you're just single-mindedly focusing on getting there, and you're very careful around going around Valaki and stuff. That's
Well,
okay.
if we got ambushed by werewolves last time, there'd probably be a lot more. And the thing is, especially when you get closer as well.
Yeah. So what I will say is, as you're leaving this tower, you're leaving to the distant howling of wolves. So yeah, to be continued. What's going on with that? And yeah, we'll say that you guys get close to where you encountered the mage before. Okay, that's kind of
Are we able to see? Because ideally, we want to make sure that he's there before you start wasting slots on invisibility.
We're
on.
gonna have to see that. Okay.
Okay, so what I'll say is,
So you might just say, okay, it does help. We can kill you. Okay.
So what I'll say is you hear distant rumbles and like occasionally like a flash of light, like lights up sort of the forest.
Now, yeah, so I'll just turn to intro and go, well, I think now's a good time for you to do your disappearing act.
Only got a minute. He's going to appear right this second.
I mean, you want to make sure he doesn't see you at all, really. But, I mean, because if he sees you and then you disappear, then he's going to get really suspicious. So if you're not there,
Sleep, so cast now. Cast mislead. So mislead.
Mhm.
That's,
So you're the doppelganger of you.
Yeah, I'll have a separate version of me that acts as I tell it to. So I just
Okay.
but it's currently me, and it looks like I'm going through the town.
Okay. What are you doing? Are you just like off?
I'm basically behind it.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for my moment to be able to sneak around.
Okay.
Searching for the registration.
Cool. So I take it you guys are just going to continue up towards where he is. Okay. So much like before, you guys eventually come across the source of what's going on. This time, what you basically see as you guys are watching is you see he's surrounded like an old sort of man, and he's surrounded by like a flock of birds. And to your eyes, he seems to like you blink, and he's just in a different spot, and he's just zapping the birds with like lightning. And when he zaps them, the lightning is so powerful that it's literally just like flash cooking them basically. And he's just shouting, "You think my magic weaker? Take this, bro!" And just, like zaps the birds.
yeah, I'm going to definitely prepare counter spell for this dude.
Okay.
On the, oh, does it? Oh,
Well, specifically combat. Depends on the spell.
Say that again, sorry.
How can you prepare a slot if you haven't used
Well,
it?
counter spells are reaction to this account.
Yeah.
But like if you were to say if I see someone cast fireball, that's a cast of fireball. You can use it.
Oh, weird.
Because the fireball is an action to cast it.
Yeah.
Because it's a reaction, it's a count.
Okay.
But under normal circumstances,
I suppose you're casting it, but like it's ready, sort of in your hand, and that process is what's taking the spell slot.
yes.
Makes sense. I mean, this is counter spell has a reaction. It's a casting time reaction anyway, so it doesn't. It should, in theory, use a slot as actually use it. So.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Say again, sorry. No, there's no particular map here. So if you guys are looking at sort of the top.
Are we still on the town?
Oh shit! Oh, I thought I brought you over. Sorry.
Rolled 20 man, dragging that player's thing
Yeah.
around.
That's okay. To drag
Still
it
need that
all the way.
right click, move
One
players
feature.
here.
Yeah.
One feature edition, that's all it takes.
It's so dumb. Okay. If you guys look near the top of the map, I've moved you there. It's where you circled the guy before.
Oh, yeah.
And what I'll say is now that you guys are near the mountain as well, it's very cold. It's not quite dangerous yet, but it's very, very cold up here.
So as we sort of approach and he's in line of sight, line of sight, I'll hey, hello, we're back. Your magic is still as impressive as it was last time, I see.
Turns to you says, "Did you say you think my magic has grown weak?
No, that's literally the opposite.
You'll never take me!"
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won't
As
play
you're invisible.
I leave my mislead.
Yep. And you're going to cast invisibility on yourself.
No, I'm invisible.
Oh, you already. Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's
Yep.
part.
Yeah.
So there's one of me visible, which is the double.
Okay.
I'm going to sneak around.
Just roll stealth advantage. Just in the event of a nat one, you may trip and
Can
land
I
onto
start
this.
talking to him as a distraction? So,
Yes, you can. I'll factor that into Matt's roll as well.
oh, hello, friend. Cooking the birds that way, that's very impressive.
It's a good way.
Killing and cooking at the same time, that's good.
It's very efficient.
Tell your dark masters they can break my body, but they'll never take me alive.
I'll make a note.
I am a king, I don't have any dark masters, I am master of my own fate, so I don't know, I don't know how you were talking about.
Yeah, we don't have any dark masters really. We're masters of ourselves.
So do we have to go back to ourselves and then talk to ourselves?
I know. I relay to Iron.
When I'm close enough, I'm going to cast Bridge Restoration.
Okay.
After touching him.
Okay. What's going to happen is he's going to turn into an elk,
Oh god.
and as an elk, he's going to start like pawing the ground. And he says, "Be gone! Be gone! Leave me to it!"
He does now.
Yeah, you just hear his voice booming around. And he's about to charge, but I mean, he's completely distracted. So Ichiro manages to sneak around, and you're like, aha! Touch him! Greater restoration.
And the dog disappears and I hear Hector touching him.
Okay, so you guys see this as well. Ichiro just kind of like pops into view, touching him.
Regardless of the result, Xyril lets out a sigh.
And he kind of lets out like an elky sort of scream. And he reverts to the form of a man. He's kind of like clutching his head. And then he looks up at you and he says, What? Where am I? What's...
Be clever, be still.
You're in the
The mind and fog is gone.
So Xyril will kind of walk up to him, put his hand on his shoulder, and go, "I know how it feels. I was in the same boat. I think the big S done it to you. He made you mad."
He says, bonus points if anyone gets where this quote is from. Dark have been my dreams of late. Alright, no one gets the point.
I didn't even hear that question.
Dark have been my dreams of late. Where's the quote from? No, this is too late.
I think I know what it is, but
It's in Game of Thrones.
No, it's Lord of the Rings. But anyway, he looks at you, Xyril, and he says, Strahd, no, this I did this
Oh,
to myself.
That seems to be unnecessary.
why would you do such a thing to yourself? That is really weird.
I can't undo it from your ego. Actually, we're going to do it in the
Not right now. Let's one thing at a time.
Just wait, you must be adventurers. You've come to Barovia.
Yeah.
Wait, say no more. It's not safe here.
You shouldn't ask me a question.
He snaps his fingers, and there's a ripple in the air, and you see just like a door that just pops up, and he says, "In here, we can talk safely here." And he pulls open the door and he beckons you all through.
It will go through.
Okay.
Literally, like, being what happened with the last door, Thor's going to take a step back for a little bit and let someone else go in first.
Who goes in first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah, you guys walk in. Nothing happens. Cool.
Okay, good. Just had a problem with doors lately. Apologies.
He's not from around here, you see.
He puts his sort of finger to his lips. He says, "Speak only when we're inside."
Yeah.
There are eyes and ears everywhere in Barovia. So when you guys walk in, you are in a humongous mansion. It's extremely like opulent, and as you walk in, like figures form from like smoke, and they're kind of like serving type people, you know, like butlers and like maids and stuff. And they kind of, I don't know if any of you got like jackets or coats or anything. They just sort of offer their hands out to take them.
I think I actually still. I remember in Death House, I took like a top hat.
One of them holds out his hand for your top hat.
I'm just gonna shake his hand and be like,
Yeah.
so I don't know what you mean.
My jacket and top hat.
They take it. Some of them scurry off. Others sort of take you guys, and they don't talk, but they kind of like beckon. They beckon you through to a sort of sitting area. It's very like warm and cozy. There's like a fire going. There's like sofas and stuff. And shortly, the Mad Mage comes in, and he says, "We may speak freely here. There are some places that even Strahd's eyes cannot reach."
So you need to
Now this is a fuzzy ally. I'm very happy.
He says, "I have no gold of which to speak. I lost it all in the fall. But I'm grateful to you, to what you've done for me. After my fall, I was broken. I underestimated Strahd. His connection to the dark powers is much stronger than I ever could have believed possible.
someone else underestimating Strahd.
No, Wait,
I don't
you?
think that's entirely fair. I was gauging.
Yeah, the gauge was definitely one-sided there.
Gauging to death.
Well, I found out some information, and that is fine.
He looks at you, Claw, and he says, "You two fought Strahd,
And he died.
and you died."
It was particularly recently. He kicked my ass for sure, but
Quite
it's
the same.
fine. Because I know now that eventually, if you finally hit away his little misty shadowy thing, he will take some pain.
He
So that's good.
he shakes his head and he says, "You fought with Strahd, and yet you still wish. Did you not taste his power? Did you not see it for yourself?"
I
To be
did,
fair-
but look at me, I'm alive. Please.
To be fair, we kind of left him at it. We didn't really get involved. If we all got involved, I think that would have been a very different
It was a
situation.
bit of
It
an
was
experiment.
probably best that nobody else got involved. Look, we are ill-equipped apart from maybe Eirril, and we need assistance. And do you have any weapons or enchantments or some things that maybe could help us? Or maybe when we storm the castle, you wanna just get involved, huh?
Kind of hangs his head and he says, I'm ashamed, but I can't. I fought him once before, and he crushed me utterly. I've never felt anything like that before.
Oh, you should have
Please.
seen. Well, you should have seen Claude. He was fine.
Please.
I'll tell you, that was a
You
crushing.
kicked the shit out of me as well. But you got to remember for something for a sec. You didn't have us before.
Exactly.
Now I got the shit kicked out of me, and you got the shit kicked out of you. But all together,
Only half of your ass will
we'll
be
be
kicked.
okay. Only half of our asses have been kicked.
And now there's 5 of us, including yourself.
He is a big shield as well. So
And he
won't be
will
in the
take
front
most of the
Yes,
brunt
this
for
is
you.
true. I will take most of the hits at first.
It's
and
alright.
then
And then
hopefully
Xyril will just like
somebody
slap his
else.
face. He takes it very well.
I don't even move.
Just exactly.
You see, I take it. It's fine.
Says, you don't understand. Even if Strahd were to be killed today, his connection is such with the dark powers that I fear it would only be a matter of time before he was simply reformed.
I mean, that's just
And the whole
details.
cycle
That's
would
details.
begin again.
Unnecessary details. You don't have to worry about it.
No, wait.
These
He's got a point.
dark powers, is this mist thing? What we do about it? Where does it come from? You obviously have some intentional knowledge about it.
How can we get rid of his attachment to the dark power? Evil.
That is a question and a half.
Can you roll?
Bruce had a friend who died, so he has two souls. And then you have to do something with one soul to take him on directly.
Which sounds super weird. How can you have 2 souls? I think, there's a chance that guy was completely out of his depths.
2 souls. It's possible Strahd may have split a part of himself off to keep himself safe. In which case, both sources of his soul must be destroyed before the vampire can be slain.
But both
But-
of his sources must be on the same plane. So maybe it's in his.
They certainly must be on the same plane. Souls are a tricky substance at the best of times, and he certainly would have to keep it close to him and on this plane.
I mean, your friend, when he told you there was 2 souls, did he say where they were?
I think it was centered around his house.
Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah, my.
It would make
suspicions-
sense. Castle Ravenloft is his fortress, his stronghold, his seat of power.
It's probably in the dungeons, just waiting there.
The
Probably.
true throne of Barovia is in that castle. We must get it.
I mean,
No one cares about that, Paul. You're the
I care about it, Ichiro.
Nobody. You're not the king. Nobody.
well,
Wait a moment.
I think
We will have discussions.
before we go any further, I think we should have a round of introductions. We've gone all this way. We haven't actually said who we are. We don't know who you are because you were trying to kill us earlier.
I apologise. I was.
Yeah, you should.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm Xyril.
You may well be Ichiro. Come on.
I'm Eirril, and he's going to pull out Ramona and say,
Ramona!
"This is Ramona. Light on." She had the light. Yeah.
What need have you
My
of
name
me?
is Rictovstein, and I
Rictovstein.
am the true heir to the throne of Barovia.
Whoa.
Back when this valley was called Dolkov,
I
my
thought
ancestors led this place.
I thought that line was ended.
Rictovstein. I was trying to get this through to Strahd earlier. I really pissed them off. It was very fun. And also, for all of you here now, ha!
He says,
calling me king of nobody.
You are the king of nobody. You actually look like you're nobody. You just wrote it. You died. You died. Your heir, the claim to the throne is gone because you died. Now you're nobody. Easy.
I am still living right here.
But you died.
I didn't actually die.
You died. I'm telling you.
Technically,
you were
conscious.
Technically, he fainted.
Technically, you fainted.
Definitely not.
I died.
You died. I'm telling you, you died. None of you
I
made
didn't
a confession.
die.
I've seen it.
What, you've died as well and come back?
No, I've seen it. I did that experience.
I have actually died and come back, and trust me, that was not death.
I'm telling you now, you weren't there.
He was unconscious. So
Yeah.
anyway, what is your name?
my name is Mordekainen.
I'm not going to remember that. We'll call you Mordy.
As
I'm
you-
all the kind of- I
Yes,
have heard this name.
you may have heard of
Seen a
him.
few books of
Do
it.
you know a lot about enemies? Do you have a tome of foes, someone?
Arthur, since you said you actually recognised it, I'll tell you. There's a spell called Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion.
Oh, wait, he's sending me a private message, or are you?
No,
That's the
I'm
name
just
of the
saying,
spell.
like, that's the name of the spell.
Isn't it-
That's
well,
probably what
the
he
name
was
of the
doing.
spell,
Yeah. You said,
Yeah, this is Mordekainen's.
You are in his mansion, yeah. This is a spell of his own creation, yeah. So it's quite a famous wizard.
Yes, that is why I recognized you. Your famous visit. So this must be your mansion.
Yes, it
So
is.
Nice.
Took me many years to create the spell. All of these servants you see around are extensions of my will.
Jeez.
Mordekainen, you are a very powerful mage.
Define
We have a very powerful bard.
how
We
real
have
are
very
these words?
powerful. I don't know what you two
They're,
are.
they're just like expressions of like his will. They're not like actual people.
Oh.
if you can
Sorry,
will
no.
it, then you can will the 100 gold you
He says, I lack for gold, but I do have some items that I may be able to give you, which
We
could
could
help.
all use some items. That would be great, wouldn't it, Ichiro?
If you can, if I can sell it, maybe. if it's worth a lot, I'll pay.
He says, I have 2 items that I can give you now, and then there is another pocket rail I have access to. However, when Strahd defeated me, in my fall, I lost my staff and my spellbook, so my powers are diminished. I'll only be able to pull through 1 item. So one of you will need to
Where is your
choose.
staff? Where did he defeat you?
Yeah, we can find it for you.
When I fell 500 feet from the mountain, I lost it.
It's gone.
Oh, the staff itself is indestructible, but I'm not sure where it's gone. And this was
That's great.
and
Come
it was-
on, you're a mage. Can't you do something like a
You can look at
clairvoyance
it.
or something to look
He-
at the object?
He kind of holds up his hand and he says, I'm grateful for your assistance, but the staff is no toy for adventurers. I will seek it out on my own after this. But
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. You need to find, you can use the gold.
he kind of says, I'm ashamed of what I did after Strahd defeated me. I couldn't live with the pain of my defeat. And the fact that Strahd,
Decided going mad.
yes, I cast a mind blank spell on myself to blot out large portions of my memory.
Well, that was very selfish of you.
I'm not proud of
Think of how
what I
many
did.
people you could have helped over all this time.
You know, if that's what you did to yourself, I'm going to tell you now, and I don't say this often to many people, never get drunk. I don't think you're a person that could take your alcohol.
So he waves his hand, and 2 servants approach. One of them has got, I'll send you guys the picture, he's got like a bowl in his hand, and he says, this bowl is something I constructed once I came to Barovia. If you place blood in it to fuel it, then you can use it to heal yourself, let's say.
Whoa. Jesus. Can be anyone's blood.
Yes, the bowl must be filled with 8 ounces of blood.
What does it do exactly?
Once
If you
it's
could possibly maybe type it so that I can definitely get all that information down.
all right, let me post
So
it
I
for
can
you.
see the image. I'm looking more for
Explanation. Okay, so
explanation.
so for Arthur's benefit, I'll send like a message. So this is what it does.
Thank you.
And obviously he'll explain to you guys like the mechanics, so there's no ambiguity about.
Roll a
How it
d12.
And
Roll a d12, please.
the-
Thank you.
and the other item he'll give.
I mean, to be fair, if you're that injured, you're most likely bleeding anyway. So, you know.
I need to find the other item. He'll come back to that, and then he'll say, as for the item I could pull from my pocket round, which of you would be best served by me giving you something?
Or what are the
I have,
items? No, what's best served.
for the Warlock, I have a ring, which will help you focus on a particular enemy, and it will improve your magical casting ability against them. For the Bard, I have a musical instrument, which is also a blowgun. And there is a special song that I can teach you that comes with the blowgun.
Still like a flute.
That's it, yeah.
For the Warriors, I have some large two-handed weapons, and I also
Take one of those.
and I also have a hammer, which is forged from the metal of a fallen star. But I can only pull one through.
Sorry. The hammer's forged from a metal of what?
A fallen star.
Oh, I'm fucking in.
For you,
What kind of hammer? Are we talking hand hammer?
So this
Sort of
is-
like great hammer.
no, this is a light hammer. He's also got two-handed weapons. So he's got a great sword and he's got a flail, but like a big flail.
I mean, I prefer the ring, to be honest. You guys have your own, you guys have, you've got Ramona, you've got your little silver
I'm
scimitar.
going to take my great sword out and I'm just going to place it on the ground and just be like,
I will take the great sword, please.
I'll put my hand on it.
He looks at all of you and he says, "Is this what you wish to?"
No.
Cool, stop.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think
I
it's Iron.
need a weapon that will do more damage. Great sword, please.
No, stop.
I'm gonna find the other weapon item he'll give you guys. So
How much is your great sword worth?
My great sword.
Yes. Fine, wants to sell. How much will you?
Probably about the same worth of most great swords, but you can tie it to the legend of a man who faced Strahd and lived. That's just a collector's
Give
item.
me the gold cost. Tell me how much it's worth.
I don't know the gold cost off the top of my head.
I would have thought it was like 50 or something, but I'm not sure. You can look it up.
50 GP.
Not worth it.
That's
No,
half.
Come on!
This is for I need 100 gold.
How much? 100 gold, did you say?
Arthur, what's your strength score, by the way?
I'm sorry,
What's,
say that
what's your strength?
again?
Claw
My
strength.
strength,
Yeah.
it's 19
Okay,
plus 4.
that's fine. Yep. Sorry, carry on.
I'll tell you what. I can give you a couple hand axes. I can give you a shield. I can give you a long sword.
What if I give you 150 gold and I just get the ring?
Sure.
Oh yeah, how about that?
You do
I
it.
will even give you my great sword, so you can get 200 gold out of this.
For his ring.
Well, I'm saying he gives you 150. I give you a great sword, so that's first 50, and then you have 200 gold first.
Yeah, and then he gets the ring.
Then I get the ring from Mordy.
Okay, Xyril, how many times have you seen my spirit protect you in the future? Do you want that to carry on? Because the longer I live, the better that's going to work out.
That, or you just take the hits and I blast him from afar. Because let's
Well,
face
that's
it,
it.
I'm the one that's been alive the most out of you lot. Or in this
Well,
area and against the big S.
Well, unluckily for me, I forgoed a lot of my gold startingly, so I could have a particular item. So now I am broke.
Can't you interview him?
That's just poor money management, that is. We're gonna take the ring. We're gonna take the ring.
You must all be in agreement.
Trying to think, yeah.
As long as I get at least 100 gold.
I mean, you've got a silver scimitar. We could be
You'll
getting
get,
something
you'll
from
get
that
150 from Xyril, but I'm trying to think.
That's-
Did he say 2 items?
I'm
or
only
one
gonna do-
item?
So you guys can only pick one item, and basically out of character, I picked kind of like an item for each of you.
But that, he's only
Wait,
going
hold on
to.
a second.
No,
If
no,
we can get an item each, then
No, sorry. As in like. So I've given you the options where I picked items which suit either of you, but you got to pick one of them. So basically, one person gets an item from here.
fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, you give me
I'll give it 150.
You're taking the ring.
Damn, Xyril's giving gold. Holy shit.
Okay, so the ring actually comes with like a little axe thing as well, because
So the next thing.
just because I think the ring on its own wasn't as good as the other options there were, so I threw in something extra.
So you can pull through 2 items.
These two come together. So he looks around at all of you. He says, "Are you all in agreement then that you wish for the ring?" Okay, so he claps his hands together, and his eyes start to glow, and the whole mansion starts like shaking, and a portal appears in the air, and a ring falls down along with an axe. And he says, "Oh, I didn't expect the axe to come through."
We went against something good from this Amber Temple, I swear.
And the other general item he'll give you is a shield if you want it. I don't know if anybody uses a shield. So the way this shield works is basically it's an iron shield, and you place it on the ground. It kind of folds out into like a barricade.
Nice.
So does anybody want to take that?
I mean,
A shield, did you say?
Yeah. So basically, Arthur, it's like a shield, and then you place the shield in front of you, like you can't see. Because someone else might mind it for the camera. So you place it like that, and then the walls like expand out along it. Sorry? No, this is called barricade shields.
Okay.
And then it's kind of like
sort
a.
of offering that as a sweetener.
That's just like a
Yeah, well, I can wield a shield, so I might as well take it.
Okay, so I'll post that as well.
You sure that you can swap this for a great sword?
He
I mean,
says.
to be fair, you did get battered. Maybe some defense is probably a good thing for you.
He says, unfortunately, I've
Probably right.
I've expended all of my energy summoning the ring.
Okay.
You always
No
say that,
worries. That's a
No, it's very tiring.
if you want, we can come back, you know?
We know where you live.
This is true.
It could be many moons before I have the energy
Barricade.
left again. And I need to go look for my staff and spellbook.
I mean, this is all very great and very useful for sure. I mean, so you seem like a very powerful mage, Mordy. Why don't you consider, helping? I mean, we're not going to storm the castle, Castle Ravenloft anytime soon. Maybe in a week or so. So we could use your help for sure. I mean, I'm sure you'd want to have some revenge against.
He says,
And you won't, and plus you won't get battered, because we're all here as well. We're going to be looking for more allies as well.
If we are able to diminish Strahd's connection to this episode, would you be willing to help?
can you roll persuasion? Let's see. Ichiro.
That's a good person to do it. Plus 12.
Are you serious?
Bloody hell.
So that's a 28.
So I'll tell you out of character, I rolled a 19, so I was expecting you to fail, but
That's a 28.
wow. So he kind of like looks at you and he's like, I do regret my actions that day, and I am grateful to you for saving me from my own bad decisions.
There's a few conditions that I can imagine. Like you need to get your spellbook back and things. We can Strahd a bit. But
So he says, I cannot face Strahd again. He left me alive only to torment me. And rather than face that torment, I chose to take my own sanity. But
that sounds familiar.
I believe that there may be a way that we can permanently sever Strahd's connection to this realm. I will need to journey to the Amber Temple, and I will need to perform a certain ritual at the moment that you are weakening Strahd. Now, he waves his hand, and some servants come, and they hold out a little owl wooden totem. Who wants to take it?
I'll take it.
Okay, so he gives it to you, and he says, I must, for the ritual, I will need both my staff and my spellbook to restore my powers. So I will go and search Barovia for those, and I believe I should be able to find them if given enough time. So when you are ready to face Strahd in the final confrontation, lean to the owl token and whisper my name.
Mordy.
My full name.
Imagine you'll have to do the full name. Nicknames don't usually work with these things.
Yes, it must be the full name. It will take flight in the form of an owl. It will come find me. And I'll make sure that I am in position in the Amber Temple, and I will conduct the ritual. If you can strike the final blow to Strahd while I'm performing the ritual, I can maintain it. It's difficult to say. I will try and maintain it as best I can once you give me the signal. But you must defeat Strahd in that moment while I'm holding the ritual. If not, I fear even if he were to be vanquished now, he will return eventually.
Well, I'm glad we came to see you then.
Oh, that's very good that we found you, yes.
Hmm.
If only you weren't mad all these years, perhaps somebody else probably maybe would have had a chance earlier.
Yes, as I said, I regret what I did. I was alone in the darkness at that time. I led many brave villagers to their death, and possibly a fate worse than death if Strahd chose to amuse himself.
Well, no, you're not alone. You got an opportunity to redeem yourself.
Yes, I would be. I hope you succeed, for not only Barovia's sakes, but also for my selfish desire to redeem myself, even in this small way.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, we're mostly doing it for ourselves anyway. We don't really care.
But whatever your reasons.
But yeah, fair enough. Well, it's funny you mentioned the Amber Temple. We're going to be heading there next. To kind of like.
He says, well, I'm also glad you came to see me then. Because it's extremely cold up there. And you wouldn't survive in the attire that you're wearing now.
Oh
shit.
Waves his hands. Some servants come and they've got like nice like fur coats and like gloves and boots and stuff. And they've got like a set for each of you. So he holds it out and he says, make sure you put these on because the conditions up there, you would have frozen to death long before you reach the temple.
I don't suppose you have an extra set you could use. We're planning on going there with a buddy, and I don't think he's.
He wants to go.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Casimir will want to. Well, he keeps wanting us to go with him and see. So he's going to probably end up going with us, and I don't really think he's a bit poor. He probably doesn't have.
He's just
Says-
things.
Yes, certainly. Do you have his measurements or?
Probably.
Say Eirril's
Yeah.
measurements.
Okay, another Iroh set comes out.
Cool. Thank you very much, Mordy. It's been very well appreciated.
Remember to use the alto to you must speak my.
Ichiro will sort all that out.
I'm sure I remember the name.
He has to remember these things anyway when he makes songs.
Say again, sorry?
What do we add that as?
Yeah, just like fur clothing. Basically, yeah, our character, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to reach the temple without some kind of heat source. So it's a good thing you came here.
I'm just going to leave it.
Oh, I'm going to leave it as well. It's just furs.
Fur clothing.
Yes.
Also, Haiss, is that just a +2 shield?
Uh,
The barricade.
I'm not sure. What did I?
Okay, well, I'm assuming it's just a +2.
I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. Yeah. +2. Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah, it's just a normal +2. Yeah.
But it in itself is 14.
Yeah, because when you put out down like the actual barricade, it's kind of like you can crouch behind it and it'll.
I don't really know how that would work for someone who's melee, because you'd have to step around it to hit the person.
Well, I imagine it will be like one person puts the barricade down, and the rest of you will be like taking shots or something over the top. It's kind of like
You
a
could put it
team.
there for like me and Eirril to.
It's like a team thing. Yeah, it's not really
me and Eiril
meant for
to
like
do
single
suppressive
use.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would basically be in the front, make a barricading line, and you would be arrow fire over the top, essentially.
Yeah, basically. You would put Lani in front of us, and then you'd go ahead.
Say again, sorry.
When it loses its 40 hit points.
It'll just revert back to a normal shield.
Thing is, I've got to hold it there, so I've got to literally be there with it.
Yeah. So it would have been cooler if Sifa had it because he could have just.
Oh, so he has to stay there.
I've got to
Yeah.
hold it there.
He's got to hold it, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I pitched these deliberately, by the way. So
I
Let's
thought
see
it was
what
like
happens.
put it in the ground and just leave it there. That's
no, that would be. I mean, if you had the armor still, but you melted it in the explosion. So.
That's fine. That works.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do now? You're still in the mansion.
Head to Casimir. Well, we'll say, right, we'll take our leave.
He inclines his head and he says, I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and I will seek my staff and spellbook so that I'm ready to perform the ritual.
See you later, Mordy. And then we'll head out.
Okay.
And then start.
I'm on the gun and thank you for the presents.
It's no problem. No problem at all, Claw. I hope that you can reclaim your family throne.
Oh, fingers crossed I don't die this time.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
like,
then he
yeah.
leans down to Ichiro. He leans down to Ichiro and just whispers in his ear, saying, "See, the legend."
The servants will come and give you back your top hat.
Oh. We'll just put that on.
It's got holes for your horns.
Huh?
You've got horns. Then.
I have, yeah.
Oh, actually, just like jams at the
It's
top.
just like, it's just like, well, his horns are on the side of his head rather than on top of his head, because they're more like they're ram horns. So they're more kind of like run the side and go around his ears rather than.
Gently sits under the top.
Yeah. So it's actually.
So as you guys are leaving, Claw, he's just going to pull you back a bit. And he's going to say, Claw, just a word of caution. How far are you willing to go in this quest against Strahd to reclaim your throne?
I have promised my people their homeland back. I shall give it to them.
There's no one there.
Be careful, Claw. I am concerned what the depths of your resolve may lead you to do. The temple preys on such ambition.
The king must do whatever it takes for his people, even if it includes sacrificing himself.
There was a man once who went to the temple, and he too was willing to give up everything to obtain the power he sought.
Was it you?
Wasn't me.
Was it
Strahd, was it?
Was it a guy called Casimir by any chance?
He just kind of nods to you and says, "Just keep in mind my warning, Claw."
This man, you'll meet when you meet with Casimir, dude. I've never seen someone so determined to get somewhere. So that wasn't the path.
I feel like he might be using us just to get.
Don't worry, I will be very cautious, Mr. Mordecai, sir, and I will feel much happier when we get to the end of this and I am feeling the final blow of Strahd and you are there to help me.
I mean, he won't be there. Weren't you listening? He's going to be in the upper temple.
Yes, but they will be doing a ritual, he will be helping.
He'll be there in spirit.
Yeah.
You can't be a king. You call him Mr. Mordecai and Sir. I believe you.
You can just not expect people to respect people as a king.
It's not. I've met
Are
many kings.
incredibly important.
I've met many kings, and no king has ever gone Mr. their
I've
name,
never met
and
me.
then Sir at the end. No one, unless you see them as your superior, and a king would never do it.
Manners
You
are
are not a king.
Manners are important. One. Two. In my tribe, you are mannerable to
How can
all.
you be, okay, if you're a tribe, how can you be a king of a tribe? You're a
There's
chieftain
multiple
then.
tribes.
You're a chieftain then.
War
But it's
chief.
multiple tribes. You are chieftain of a single tribe, multiple tribes.
We haven't seen any of them. There's all one tribe. It's your chieftain. That's what she's doing.
For all we know, he's the only person of the tribe.
Exactly. Precisely, Ireland. You've got to hit the nail on the head.
When my people come after this veil of mist is over, this land is gone, then you can see.
Right.
See nobody, sure. See nobody. Right. Hamilton. Oh, no, Cassidy.
Okay. Again, we're going to kind of hand wave encounters here, just for the sake of time. You guys arrive. Oh, I won't switch tracks, but you arrive at Casimir's place. And he says, "Definitely hear their yeah, the remnants of the camp and stuff. No one's cleared it out, so yeah. Yeah, like an
That's
effigy.
still there?
Yeah, still there. Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to tell like the features now because it's been sort of burnt out. But
So I'm wearing my barricade shield at the moment and kind of have the silver scimitar.
okay, cool.
No.
So
I mean, that's just, anyone could have that.
Casimir greets you and he says, "Oh, you have."
I was in Peru for a while. I was in the village, they tell me.
Well, if you know the answer, why are you asking the question?
Because it's easier for you to accept and realise you're asking. No, you're a man before you're a man.
Look,
Hey man, you got to fuck
Actually, technically, I was mad when this whole situation happened. Also, they started it.
That's not what I heard.
Well, technically, okay, fine. This one they didn't
It's
start.
rules. The way he tells it, you assholes.
No,
No,
technically,
no.
technically, a guard asked us for help, and we thought we'd be nice and give him help. And then little did we know, it was talking about murdering a bunch of the Stani, which is, I suppose, fair enough, because they work for the big S anyway.
Pretty sure
And
you
then
guys asked him
and
to,
then
to
No,
get
it was
killers.
Hans' fault.
It was Hans' fault completely. And then we came here and they started whipping children, and you know, that's just not right.
It's pretty
You
fucked up.
we shouldn't be whipping children. And so we thought we'd come
So
in.
there's a weird line to draw.
And then
You say, I'm willing to kill anyone for no reason. And then to say, no, I won't kill that child.
Hey,
It's a
man,
weird line to draw.
it is what it is. You can't, there's no, you know.
when children get involved, that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
Exactly.
And then
He did want it, the child. He did say
and
to
then
you.
well, that,
he'd
it's
do
just
it.
misguided.
I don't know why you'd want that.
That's all that is. And then we thought, okay, well, if these are the kind of people that are just whipping children, they must not be very nice people, so we'll just kill them. And and also, I might
This is
add,
worse. This is worse than what I heard.
and I'll add as well, technically, we didn't kill anybody, the horses did. We just let the horses go, and
Yeah.
the horses clearly, under the mighty fist of their oppression, decided to trample all over them.
We were trying to save the horses.
Yeah, we were saving the horses from them, you know, from their evil dictator leadership. And then
I feel like perhaps maybe you're making too many excuses for each other. This will probably. How do you plan on? What do you expect? These people are going to be like, yeah, sure, everything's fine after you kill Strahd. Do you not expect them to come after you?
I'm out.
oh, yeah, we'll be gone. No, this will be gone. We'll be out here. This place is far too depressing.
Yeah.
If you're really going to be king, you kill him.
I mean, that's what Mr. Claude here is for. He's going to be the king, not us.
Exactly. It's going to kill you.
I mean, you know, I'll be out
It'd
here.
be a great end to the story. I'm not gonna lie.
I would not think of doing such a thing to my allies.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
friends.
we
I
are
wrap my
actually
arm around
kidding,
Claude. Even if we're buddies.
You'd be sending the wrong kind of message as a king.
Yeah, you'll be like, what kind of king kills his most trusted friends?
After they kill.
I mean,
Oh,
I've only
okay.
just met you. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call you trusted friend. Allies. I
Yeah,
will
allies.
call you allies.
Ah, we're friends, Claude. Don't worry. You're just getting hung up again on
Are we?
details. Yes, we are.
You can sing that little man who satisfy.
I'm not that much shorter than you.
You really are.
Was your 7 foot?
Oh yeah, what are you?
I think I made him like 6'10".
So that's okay. So that's like me, but me and Sunny now.
Yeah.
I think we're all over 6 foot.
If he's
How
6
tall is Sunny?
6 foot.
Yeah.
Are you 6 foot?
I'm
Is
not.
Cyril 6 foot?
I'm not 6
Sorry.
foot.
Oh, yeah.
Cyril 6
Sonny,
foot.
Sonny, you've grown.
I'm like 5'8".
Yeah, so it's like the height difference between me and Sunny. It's
But
not
then
different
Cyril
between.
is also like super skinny and
No, yeah.
bulked out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, damn.
So it's like me and Darren.
Yeah.
Who took the drinking bowl, by the way? The blood one.
Didn't specify.
I'm
I'm not touching that.
Grab it.
I'll take it.
Alright.
Seems super.
Add it to your inventory.
A little sketch as well.
I didn't grab it.
That's fine. Eirril's taking it.
Might need it.
well, I suppose we'll. That's
Okay. Welcome.
Oh, God.
Be loud if you're going to be Casimir.
Have you decided to accompany me to the temple?
You know what, Casimir? Now it is time. We are ready.
I dreamed that last night you came and
This
all
is
of you
the
had died.
famous Casimir. Why are you so quiet?
I told you he's a depressing
You must
person.
speak up. I have heard you are very powerful, or fairly powerful, but you should definitely speak up. You're strong in your
I have no power.
generation.
I lacked the power to save my people and also my little sister.
I'll be looking at Ichiro like, what do you mean?
But you are going to lead us to the Amber Temple, and we are going to get many things from that beneficial. And kill Strahd, right? This is our plan, yeah?
Sort of nods slowly, and he turns to Eirril and Xyril and he says, "You should know a large group of Vistani are gathering. I believe they mean to hunt me down."
Everyone's trying to hunt us.
Everyone's trying to
It does
kill us.
not matter who is king after all of this happens. The Vistani are still going to hunt you down.
You know where they are.
I believe they're trying to find your location.
Can I use disguise self to make myself look like Isaac?
Are you doing the demon arm thing as well?
Oh, I'll do a normal arm.
Okay. So Isaac with a normal arm appears in front of you.
So, question. If you're able to do that, how do we hide Eirril?
I don't know, that's his problem. He doesn't.
We're going to Eirril. How many Vistani are there?
I mean, it's not my fault that Iron doesn't learn the appropriate magic.
They are gathering in quite a number. I believe they were heading near the Solenka Pass.
Oh, so we should be safe.
There's a passageway to the south. It lies between here and the Amber Temple.
Man, you really need to brighten up a bit. Life is worth living, come on.
He looks at you and he says, you are perhaps the third companion I have seen accompanying these two.
We do burn through them, to be fair. But in our defense, they don't run fast. So, you know, we in Eirril are just better at escaping and knowing when to escape.
Or perhaps your cowardice is what gets your allies
Hey,
killed.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
You died. So, you know, I think I win.
Okay, whatever. Right, let us, come on, show us this Amber Temple, Monsieur Casimir person.
The way is long and treacherous. Is there anything you wish to...
Great! So you are a powerful enough mage to get us through that, yeah?
No, I have but token power of my own. The kind of power that only makes light a fire.
Put yourself down, and he's going to shove him lightly on the shoulder.
Oh, don't do that.
You're fine, you're great, come on.
Kind of looks at his shoulder. And he looks back up and he says, very well. If you have no other affairs to take care of, let's just be on our way.
There's one other thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll give him the clothes. You're going to need this. It's pretty cold up
He
there.
holds up his hand and there's a red ring around one of his fingers. And he says, I have no need for such fabrics.
Oh, you cheeky bugger. Yes, we got these clothes for you.
Well, you might as well wear them for the sake of it, you know. Look stylish.
I'll be too warm then.
No, you look a bit...
I'll tell you what, I'll take the ring, you can wear the clothes.
I'm very attached to this ring.
Can I just
It's odd. You have to sell the
Yeah,
book.
all of us are wearing the furs, and you are wearing a ring, that is all. I mean, if anything, that makes you more of a target for some kind of mugging.
He kind of lifts up his cowl and you see he's mutilated and burnt off ears. And he says, I'm already marked differently to other men. It's nothing that's
Oh,
not new.
jeez. This guy, seriously. it's
Try
not
and
fun
disguise
at all.
yourself there, Casimir.
The Vistani are after you, I believe. They know me quite well. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Wow.
Yeah, so you need to sort something out, Iroh, because you're quite a bit of a giveaway.
I've got invisibility.
I have it. We'll use the furs. And on the furs,
God.
the furs that for Casimir, I'm just going to put them around Eirril's face as like a beard and just be like, look, you can do this. Great.
Ripping them up and using them as like a head thing might actually work out
Yeah.
really well.
They don't have a
If we
hood
give
on.
him
Wait,
a beard, he does not look similar.
I've got a hood anyway.
Can you use minor illusion?
Yeah, I don't know disguise self, but I can use my illusion.
Because
Which is
when
something.
we're there, because it lasts a minute. You can walk there quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I can distort my face.
Unless the bard happens to know seeming.
I've used all my life for level 5 spells.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you want to be cure the mad mage?
Well, can you see the benefit? Look at this shield.
Yeah, but then don't ask me to do steam.
Look, I expected the bard to be full of more tricks, okay?
I've got tricks. Just not that one. I commit myself to change different, but that doesn't make a difference to me. I'm not being hunted.
That's when you got any food, Casimir. We haven't eaten for a while.
I have hard bread
Oh, Jesus.
and soup.
That works for me. The soup softens the bread.
No, true.
Don't eat your food.
Okay.
Alright.
I
Yeah,
am
he's-
actually incredibly hungry, so I'm also going to eat.
Okay.
Serve a king, so that should be very good for you.
Soup's a bit colder though, but yeah, it's alright. Yeah, big Vegas opportunity, I suppose.
One such as me does not deserve the pleasantries of food.
That's fine. There's more for me then.
Are
That's why we come here and take your food, Casimir.
I eat only to
Can I
sustain
just say,
myself.
if there's like an extra portion available, Claw's just gonna.
I'll do some regret, but just to, even though we haven't been hurt,
Mhm.
but just that.
Like RP kind of, yeah. Yep, sure.
While we're eating that.
Okay,
I've used false life as well to give me some temporary HP.
cool. Okay, everyone ready to set out? So, you guys begin the long trek to the Ember Temple. Now, the Ember Temple is very far. Normally, I would have given you guys quite a few encounters along the way. But,
The cheese glitch.
as I said before, I kind of want you guys to focus on like the big areas for this meetup. So if we're doing it on Skype, I would probably put encounters in. So what we'll say is that it's fine. Yeah, we'll just say like you just begin your long trek over to the temple, and you're heading to the far south of the map. So I'm going to move you guys down.
I'm going to say to everyone, if you see any Vistani, let me know so I can create.
So I was going to say you will run into. So where you guys are on the map at the moment, I'm pinging it. You will run into a large group of Vistani. Now, all of you are safe apart from Eirril, but Eirril, you like, as in like, if they warn you in time,
Yeah, I'll
Oh, yeah,
cast
yeah.
minor illusion.
you're going to cast Minor Illusion.
Oh yeah, that's okay. But we can say that the imp is Orpheus, who's
Yeah, scouts ahead. So okay, so as long as you got a plan, I'm fine to just like say you
I'll,
get past.
I'll make the imp turn into a raven as well, just so that it's.
I also
Okay.
plan on walking in front of him. Ichiro is like a big,
Yeah.
massive thing in the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So in that case, I won't bog you down, but just as a general point, what you learn is from them is that most of the Vistani have left Barovia, and the only ones really remaining are the ones hunting you two.
Found.
So
You know, I think I've seen them in the village of Barovia.
yep, he did.
Oh,
Oh wait, sorry, are you saying that to the Vistani? Are you saying it's a?
it's Saints of Vistani that I've
Oh.
seen them
Oh,
in the
okay.
village of Barovia.
Can you roll deception?
It's another plus 12.
Wow.
18.
It's not even any point asking you to.
It's 18 to
They believe you. They start heading over to the far east.
14 base.
Yeah, that's one of the what I picked. Well, the ones
Oh,
on
expertise.
the things I'm proficient with, I get double proficient in.
Wow,
Anything
that's-
anything I'm not proficient in, get half proficiency.
That is
Ridiculous.
awesome.
Because it makes up for that. Everything else.
cool. So in that case, the Vistani believe you. They're going to start going to the far east to the village of Barovia to try and hunt you two down. They don't recognise you, obviously, so that's fine. Okay, and you guys continue on your long journey to here. So I'm just going to read out a couple of things for you, and then we'll get into it. So basically, what you guys are travelling on at the moment is you're travelling this long gravel road, and it's steadily climbing up and up because you're basically heading towards these big mountain ranges in the deep south.
The Xbox the spot.
Yes, it does. Yeah. You're already in the part where it's extremely cold, so luckily you're okay in your fur clothing. But to be honest, you wouldn't have made it much further past here without the warmth. Okay. So you guys, you've travelled several miles to get here, and I'm going to take you over to the next map. Basically, you guys have come to this sort of portcullis gate type thing. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, for some reason on this map they decided that down is the direction you've approached from. So you're actually on the wrong side of the bridge. So we drag you down. As I say, like all the numbers are like the reverse of what they should be. Okay. Please look all the way down to the bottom of the map. I'll reveal it. It's not a big deal that you can see that other bit. And I'm going to also reveal, if you look a bit to the left, there's like a side view of like kind of where you guys are. You can see that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's get back to it. Don't know why they decided to do that for this map, but anyway. So, I'll read you out the flavor text. The shelf of rock on which the mountain road clings grows narrow. To your left, the icy cliffs rise sharply towards dark, rolling clouds. To your right, the ground falls away into a sea of fog. Ahead, through the wind and snow, you see a high wall of black stone lined with spikes and topped by statues of demonic vultures with horned heads. Set in the center of the wall is a closed iron portcullis, behind which burns a curtain of green flame. On the other side of the dark wall, gripping the mountain's edge, is a guard tower of white stone topped by golden statues of mighty warriors.
That's three.
So, Casimir, you got to weigh in.
I do not.
Oh my god.
Oh, great.
You wanted to come here the whole time and you never had a way in.
I have not journeyed this far south before.
Ever.
Never.
You said it was a man on the inside.
No, I said he wanted to get on the inside.
Okay, Casimir, this is ridiculous. This was your part of the job, so I think you should lead the way.
He says, seems our only course of action would be to scale the gate.
That
Different.
seems dangerous.
I'm not as an agile man. Perhaps somebody more dexterous who wish to go
Your
first.
suggestion, go for it.
Can't we just blast the gate?
No, I have learned from previous encounters, you must check if there's anything there before just going all places.
Fine.
I believe that given time I may be able to deal with the green flames.
Well, you worry about you. Okay, Casimir, if we figure out a way to get rid of the gate out of the way, you figure out a way to get rid of this flame.
Very well. He sort of crouches on the ground and kind of sits like that and starts like glowing slightly.
At least that will stop him talking. That's a win already.
I mean, seriously, listening to his voices makes me want to kill
I
myself.
told you. You see, I told you it's a different kind of depressing. You know?
So it's not
It's next level.
I know. Right. How do we get through this gate?
What about you?
What about him?
Fly over and see what's in the
Is it magical?
The gate, I don't know, roll Arcana.
I'm asking the mages
Oh,
as,
Yeah, I'll roll.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, that one.
as the very non-magical barbarian.
Oh,
16.
That one.
yes, wow.
You guys reckon it's fine. 16. The gate itself is not magical. Can you roll history?
All of us? So just
Just Matt. Okay. Do you mind if I say this out loud? Okay. The two statues on top of the gatehouse, you kind of sense sort of something off them. You're kind of like, and you look at them, and at the very least, they're sculpted in the likeness of these demons called Drox that you've run into before. They're kind of like these fiends, like Varrock, like V-R-O, yeah. They're demons, essentially, yeah.
Well, I think you could actually go.
All's fine?
Yeah, I think the gate doesn't feel bad.
Yeah, it looks fine. It seems fine to me. They're just normal.
If we can get the gate and then Casimir doesn't fight, then we'll get.
Okay, looking at this
Oh,
gate,
Yep.
oh dear.
Haiss,
Yep.
dear Master General, looking at this gate, does it look like I could try lifting it, or does it look like it's locked on like a chain counterbalance?
So
Hmm.
we have the imp that could, well, I'm reading that could go into this cockpit.
My concern is this. If letting go too far.
I don't think you could lift it. I think it's too heavy, even with your
By looking
strength.
at it, I don't think I could lift it either.
I mean, if you got like a nat 20, I'd let you lift it, but other than that, I don't think you could.
I mean, fuck it, why not try?
Yeah, I mean, you could try, yeah.
That's a natural 8, so.
No, you can't lift
I
it.
mean, I've got like +4 to strength and then plus ridiculous to strength saving throws. It's
It
athletics,
looks athletics.
probably proficient, but still, I'm nowhere near 20.
Yeah.
Or near 20 now.
Well, how about you? Why not just have it go into that thing up there? I think. Yeah.
All right. Spiny, I guess. See if you can find a way to open this gate from the inside.
Maybe there's a chain.
Okay.
Must be leather.
So he's gonna like climb up the gate or fly or whatever.
Flying,
Yep.
Probably turn him invisible just in case.
Because I'm just trying to see. There's nothing here that says you can, but there must be a way to lift the gate, right? Because why would you have a portcullis which isn't open?
Well, it's like any other gate. It'll be either a lever on a pulley counterbalance.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna say that he does.
All those gargoyles do something freaky.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna say?
Creature, the
The-
chances are
I'm going to say that, Spiny, you see this tower here? Oops. Why is it not pinging? Can you see this one here? Yeah, the one just behind it. I'm going to say he's like looking through like the window. You can see there's like a thing in there, but the door is barred.
Well, there's a roof thing. Looks like you can get down from it.
Is there
There's stairs.
is there any windows or anything that you can get through?
There's the stairs down, so there's
Hmm.
obviously a roof.
Okay, I'll accept that. Yep, I'll say he can lift the portcullis by flying around and going into the tower. So
There's like a lock and getting to lock it.
when you lift the port, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll say that he lifts it.
Good work, Spiny.
Forgot you've got your imp.
Yeah.
Casimir looks up at this point and he says, "I can't disable the flames."
For fuck's sake, Casimir.
Why is he here?
What is the benefit of this
You
map?
said he was good reason to come.
Well, he had
And so far, he's done nothing but depress us.
Well, he says that he was able to do things. Yeah, this is the first I've seen.
It's beyond
In
my
action.
ability.
Is it
Look,
worse
Casimir,
than again?
Casimir, can you give me your CV resume right now? What can you actually do?
He shot a fireball and almost saved my life, so
I can shoot fire. That's
Yeah.
correct.
he's useful in combat situations.
Wait, hold on. You shot a fireball. Wait, did you burn down Silverstone camp?
No, not I.
No, technically they did that themselves. See, we took out a central column in the main tent, and I don't know who would have a campfire inside a tent. I mean, if you're asking me, it's a tent's made out of wood and cloth. That's just asking for trouble. So when the whole thing came down, it set itself alight because of their own silliness and having a campfire inside. So
I had friends
really,
among the Vistani.
Really, they set their own thing on fire.
Okay, that's
Making
enough.
his own.
Yeah, this is a hole you cannot dig out of. Casimir?
Is anybody able to cast dispel magic? I believe that's the only way through the flames.
No, not me.
You vile, visit yourself. Can you not do it?
It is beyond my abilities.
Oh,
Why don't
my.
you try and just sprint through that fire as fast as you can, Casimir? Just pace it out.
I believe it would cause me a great deal of suffering.
I mean,
I know what I can do. I'll cast Misty Step to appear on the other side.
That works. You appear on the other side if you do that.
You couldn't take somebody else with you?
No, that's not how it works.
So me and Xyril can do that as well.
Casimir, what about you? Can you do something to get me across?
When I'm on the other side, is there a mechanism to turn off fire from the side?
No. Also, just so you know, because I was sorry, I got a bit confused as well. This
I can
tower
use my
here-
action door and take one person with me.
this one's the roof of the tower, the one I'm pinging, and the one here. So basically, it's a bit confusing, this map. I missed this for the first time. So basically, this is the actual tower. Yeah, that's like a guard tower.
I see.
This is like the middle floor,
Oh.
and this is the roof. So yeah, it's a bit weirdly laid out, but yeah, just so you know, because I was getting confused, I just clicked. So, yep, that's fine.
It's still really strong.
Like a shield.
Can anybody make me fly? Do anything. Casimir, something you can do. Perhaps
Why
you
can't
can.
you go to animals that can fly?
I have one form, and it is not going to help me.
Casimir says, I believe there is something I can do. And he misty steps to the other side.
get you over to the other side.
Or
What have we got?
I will tell you this, the next 2 times somebody tries to attack you, I protect you and you only.
Alright, fine. How about just 10 gold then? I'm feeling generous.
Wow.
I'm feeling nice. We're friends after all. That's our friends discount.
Okay, how about this? Don't take me into the temple, you don't get my help in the temple.
Sorry, Tim, just leave. Well, but then you
want
would
to go into this temple without your new meat shield? Fine.
But what if there's stuff in there that you want?
Well,
Oh, don't you want to
frankly,
be the king of Barovia?
I do, but quite frankly, if my allies are not going to assist me, then what am I to do?
Terrible,
Well,
terrible.
I can't really.
Your choice, Xyril. I can protect you, or I cannot.
I'll cast Dimension Door. I'll get us both across.
Wow. Okay.
A wise decision.
Could have saved everyone Misty Step. That's fine. Cool. You all reappear on the other side.
I've only got one more of those.
It was worth it, trust me.
In fact, you could have skipped a lot of things by doing that. Yep, that's fine. So you guys are all on the other side of the green flame. What do you want to do? So what I'm going to say, Sonny, now that I've understood myself what's going on with this map, is your imp. He saw like a bunch of like stuff in the tower. I'm just going to say he like went into the tower, did the thing, and like came straight up, back up. Because there's like corpses, there's like statues and stuff. I'm just going to assume he touched nothing, but didn't look anything. Just went in there. So
Well, I'll relay that to the others. Spiny said he found a bunch of.
if you want, I can read it out for you what he
Oh, yeah,
found
go on.
as he was going through. So on
I mean,
the
you
top
can have
floor.
Spiny wrote basically.
Okay, so on the east side.
You can transform. You
Okay.
can transform with three.
Okay, he transfers back. He's like, hee hee. There were there's 10 statues on the top of the guard roof tower. Each one is a female woman holding a lance. There were also some skeletons in old armor. I kicked one of them as I went through. The wind was saying something to me, but I didn't listen.
I think maybe we should just avoid the tower. Let's move on.
Yeah.
There's also some treasure.
I mean, I think we should go in.
I think you should go in too.
I think we should go in.
Oh,
I mean, if the wind is talking, we
What
can.
kind of treasure?
Yeah.
Oh, mountains of gold. You should definitely go in.
He's lying.
Mountains.
Wait, why would he lie? Sorry.
We should.
Yeah,
have
inside check. I want to inside check that little.
I'm still
Okay.
lying back.
Let's see what.
Oh, that's a good
21.
roll.
He's lying. He's lying.
So how,
19.
what extent is he lying?
He's lying about the gold. But all the rest of it's true.
Yeah. That's not.
Okay, so he's speaking bullshit. Let's move on.
There's a little bit of gold.
I don't want it. It's not important.
I reckon you can take it.
Why don't you go and get it, Spiny? You come get it.
Yeah.
Why don't you go pick it up with your little invisible hands and then come out?
The wind warned me not to.
It's alright, just ignore it. Put
If
your
the
fingers in
wind
your ears.
won't
I did ignore it. That's why I came back.
into it.
I'm going to keep walking.
Let's ignore that. Let's ignore the talking wind. I think that's probably the best.
Anyone listen to that one?
Come on, Spiny, let's go.
Okay, so you guys approach the bridge. The snowy pass comes to a gorge spanned by a stone bridge. At each end of the bridge is a 30-foot tall, 30-foot wide stone arch. Atop each one are two statues of armored knights on horseback with lances, and they're sort of charging at each other. The wind bites and howls like wolves as it passes through the gorge.
Are these little rooms on the sides as well?
No, so these are like, it's like the map's really bad, I think, but they're like just tops with the statues on top.
Alright, so those are solid, are they?
Yes. But there's no gate portcullis or anything like that here.
That's a minute. Why don't you go first? What's the game?
Seems only fair, you're the one that's coming so much.
Does it look stable?
It looks stable. There's like bits missing and stuff, but yeah. Okay, so Casimir starts.
Navigate around.
When Casimir steps foot, you hear like a chirping of bats, and the bats come together and they form a cloaked figure on a horse standing in the middle of the bridge, and he holds his hand up, and you hear the voice of Strahd speak to you.
I'm going to hide behind one of the pillars so it can't see me.
Okay. The voice of Strahd holds. Sorry, the figure holds his hand up, and he says, "Proceed no further."
And it doesn't sound like Strahd.
It does. It does. Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay,
does,
yeah.
Because he has that.
It's semi-Strahd. It's illusion Strahd.
Mhm.
I think maybe we should go a different way. I have an idea, but it also wastes the use of the shield.
Casimir turns around and walks back. Strahd is up ahead.
Good observation there.
Yeah.
Go for it. You want to be in there, don't you, Casimir? Go for it.
Yeah, Casimir, seriously, you are not doing the best here.
No.
He may remove more of my appendages.
Hold on a second. Is there a side path?
Why don't we...
Why don't we cross the
I
stream?
can get us across the river.
Yeah. How fast is it moving?
I do use this
Very
shield
cold.
quite quickly.
If you get wet, I'm gonna start applying the cold weather effects.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot. That is very steep.
I can get everyone across this river, but I use the shield's ability straight away.
Are you- I'll allow you to do that because I mean it's quite a clever use of the shield. But yeah, you will use it then for the day.
So all of that.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like a boat. You'd have to kind of like go like that.
Basically, it becomes a wall, but it can also become a tunnel or a hallway. So I'm thinking a tunnel, and the water will just run over us.
Oh, like.
Oh, what you mean like hold it like along? And...
Yeah, because it can
Yeah.
become a tunnel or a hallway.
Wow, I didn't actually read that
15
bit.
feet across.
Does that mean you can block
The only issue I have though with that is the steepness of the hill that we're on.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to climb that hill. You could try, but
I'm very careful about doing that.
Why are there white spaces?
Well, the main problem as well, of course, is that I will still get the cold thing, and I'll have to be able to swim across the midway and then swim across the other side afterwards.
If it makes a tunnel, why not use it to protect us from whatever this Barbarian
Person.
Well, the thing is, Strahd's already on the bridge, so I don't know if that would work.
Make the tunnel and then we just walk through it.
Yeah, no, we can do that. But my thought was Strahd would be in the tunnel.
Yeah.
No, he's hovering above it.
he's on the bridge,
No, he's
mounted on a horse.
Can you walk with the
How
shield
big
out?
is your one?
Can't move.
No. But we could face the hut.
If anyone in the hut is, I don't. Anyone in the hut is in it.
Can't you just say like Strahd's not allowed in it and gets pushed out? No.
We could use a
Whoever's-
shield.
Whoever's in the hut and class
Did it when it made.
is Frank.
Right.
Because it's made, it's designed to stop that kind of.
We could try and barge him off the.
There's a spell. You know,
My only idea was that Eldritch blast the bridge.
Can I
So
just
probably
shout
need him, but he could probably like
quickly?
it's a thing with bats.
What were you saying, Arthur? Sorry.
Brad, is that you or is that just bats?
He says, "Step forward and find out." But know that any who seek the Amber Temple will feel my wrath.
I mean, we're doing that.
As Lord and
anyway.
Master of Arabia.
We're kind of doing that anyway, really.
Are you just a repeated message or you use a real thing?
It doesn't say anything.
Imposter.
I feel the sense that this is just a repeated message, but it could be incredibly dangerous to go across.
You could attack him and find out.
Good.
I feel like that would not help anything right now.
But you got your silver sword.
Who have my silver sword?
He speaks from beneath his hood, and he'll say, "Know that any man who steps foot on this bridge will have no mercy shown to him.
Casimir.
I will torment him for 1,000 lifetimes."
Casimir. I think you should try.
Okay,
I think he's bluffing.
I think that perhaps maybe we should just cross the river somehow.
Needs effort. Just go across.
Yeah, hold your shield out. Widen
That's
it.
it. What do you go first?
He said he would torment us for 1,000 lifetimes.
How hard?
Do you want to go into the Amber Temple?
Show your resolve, man.
But
Do you want to go into the Amber Temple?
I was hoping one of you would take this burden upon yourself.
But do you want to go to the Amber Temple?
I do. I wish it with all my heart.
then he's going to torment all of us. You're just the one who goes first.
Can you roll persuasion?
We're just going to lose.
Persuade him on.
Just get some blasted.
27.
Why are you asking him to roll?
Well, I mean, he does want to go. That's why I'm allowing it to roll. It's not like he doesn't want to go to the temple.
We're all
Yeah.
going to be affected anyway. You're just going to go through first.
He says, for reward.
I will go second.
Yeah, I'll back him up.
How far are you guys behind Casimir?
30 feet.
So Casimir starts walking. Casimir starts walking forwards.
I'm like lined up behind him.
Yeah.
Like on the bridge.
Okay.
But
When you line up behind him, Claw just gets in front of you. He's just like, maybe just let me.
I'll be taking Ichiro's old spot behind that wall.
Okay. So Casimir starts walking down the bridge, and he says, "Lord Strahd, please,
Should've given him a
please
shield.
allow me passage through to the Amber Temple. Me and my companions." Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The hooded figure doesn't move, but you all hear a monstrous shrieking, and I'm going to send you all something on roll 20.
Oh, more. Roll 20.
Yeah, on roll 20. Yeah.
There'll be a hand
Yeah. Can you see that?
Holy shit. Wow.
A huge bird comes swooping down from the side, and it's cawing out. It's like, "Caw! Caw!" It's absolutely humongous. Like, yeah, and it's. I'm just gonna roll something.
Nice party, good party.
Somebody do something.
It's kind of like hovering above you guys, and literally when it beats its wings, it's almost like pushing you guys like back away from the bridge, and then suddenly it dives, and Casimir cries out, he's like, "No!" And you see him; he shoots it with a fireball, and it doesn't like phase it at all. It just dives, and then it picks him up in his talons, and it flies off towards the west, and you hear it shrieking. And Casimir's gone.
Why Casimir?
Did it just grab Casimir?
It picked up Casimir in its talons, and it flew off.
Whoa,
So-
that was short-lived.
It didn't last long.
Do we?
Okay, so we know what happened about the tunnel.
This is gone now.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
no, is this figure still there?
Strahd is still
Okay,
there.
let's go.
okay.
Walk up to Strahd and just say, I believe we agreed during this last fight that you are better than us, and you should probably just let us through, because we are no threat.
Strahd looks down at you, and he says, "My word as Lord of this land is as if you try and pass here, I will destroy you.
We're just adventuring.
We're just exploring. Yeah, we're just checking things out.
I will hear no more of this. Make your decision."
I
And
didn't
suffer
hear
the-
that just then.
I just said we're adventuring.
I think
Oh.
we're gonna have to
Sorry.
take the river. We're gonna have to take the river, aren't we?
Just go. The rock's gone.
Or could we just start conjure more?
Nah. It's just the only one.
He might have just flown away, dropped off Casimir in some ditch somewhere, and then just was circling back around again.
Go for it.
Or do we just
Go, keep going.
or do we all just
I'm
listen?
behind Paul already.
Look, can I
Oh,
carry walking and ready in action that if I see that bird again, I'm going to slam the shield down and make a tunnel around us?
Okay. So you're gonna keep walking, what, like past Strahd?
Yeah, I'm just going to sidestep him slightly.
I'm also
He
behind.
dissolves to ash, and he blows away on the wind. Both him and the horse.
Who's bluffing?
That seems
the-
pretty
They blow away on the wind.
irregular.
Why didn't he just do that before? Why did he have to take the misery guts?
I feel better already.
Yeah,
That's true, he was really bringing the mood down.
yeah. And to be
But we
fair,
have also lost our little pawn.
Okay, so you're all
Yeah,
sort of
but-
crossing.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't really doing much.
You didn't know anything about the temple, so it was worthless.
I think that was only just the first sacrifice, though. I think we're going to have to sacrifice a lot more.
Nah, we'll be a lot cleverer.
Arthur, so all of you are proceeding behind Claw.
Yeah.
You get probably about 3/4 of the way down the bridge,
Oh,
and you hear again a monstrous sort of shrieking, like, "Ah!"
Everybody
How does your tunnel work exactly? Does it completely enclose
So
you guys?
basically,
as provided by you, sir.
Mhm.
The width stretches 15 feet either side, so
Mhm.
30 feet in total.
Yep.
Basically. And then I can make it sort of curve round us like a tunnel,
Okay, so
or be like a hallway, or just a wall.
how much health has it got?
40.
It's got 40 hit points and has an AC of 14.
Okay, let me roll something. So, yep, Claw reacts. He drops, puts his tunnel up around you guys, and you hear the cawing get closer and closer.
I just shout at everybody, move!
I am.
Faster!
Well, I can only move
Okay.
as fast as you're moving. You're the one in front.
No, I can't move anymore. I'm basically one side. You all have to move past me to get out.
Okay, so you're all just running to the end of the thing. Okay, so you're all,
Apart from me.
you're all sprinting to the edge of the bridge. Claw, it dives and its talons rake the top of your shield wall and it completely rips off like the thing of it. Your shield reverts to your normal shield. And
14 points of damage.
so that's like one pass, so it like flies off. Like, craw, craw!
Okay, so it breaks off. Has everybody run past me at this point?
Yep.
I'd imagine so.
Okay, then I'd sprint over to the other side
Okay.
as well.
I assume we're just going to keep sprinting to the end. Okay. All right. In the distance, you see the bird like kind of go up and it's starting to.
Where's Casimir?
You don't see him.
There's nothing going to be a riding thing, is it?
so we saved two, one of us. That's good. Let's say it's not worked out kind of well.
All in all, I think we're better off.
Yes.
Look, personally, if we had to lose anybody, I'm kind of glad of all the people it was hit.
I was wondering who was going to go first on the bridge.
I think that perhaps my whole river plan would have probably benefited us better.
I don't know, that's really far down. That's like really steep. I don't really want to do any climbing.
You're really well.
Lazy.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, these are really nice coats. I don't really want to do it.
Only I would have gotten bet.
But then you would have got me wet, and then that would have been terrible.
And then you like smell of damp, and it's just like it's not, you know.
I mean, I hate
It's
this.
not me.
I mean, you smell bad enough already. So.
All right, I'm going to assume you all keep
It
running.
might, actually, it might have improved the smell. It might have been bath.
It didn't even like smell like wet dog as well.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's
So,
He's visibly like odor smelling. He's just like,
fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
okay, so where are we in the recording? Because the next stop
Yeah.
is the Amber Temple. So what I can do is I'll give you guys the intro and then we can take a little break. Okay?
What's that?
So I'm going to assume you all just keep sprinting. The bird is going to come and do another pass on the bridge, but if you're not there, it's not going to follow you. It's going to go off and things unknown to Casimir.
You did do it that way.
And let's just hope there's nothing that we actually needed him for.
Nah. He's there as bait.
I mean, who knows?
He's there as a bait shield.
I imagine there's three things that would have happened to Casimir. One, he probably would have betrayed us. Two, he probably would have helped us maybe one or two rooms. And three, us man it.
Who
He's
knows?
obsessed with his sister anyway, so.
Yep, she got stoned.
Okay, so you guys start approaching the temple, and as you approach the temple, all of you feel this oppressive, evil, like almost like intelligence, like bearing down on you. It's just this oppressive.
Almost as bad as Casimir's voice.
It's just this like horrible, oppressive feeling that just like consumes you as you approach the temple. And eventually, you guys do come up to the entrance. So, okay, I'll read you out the flavor text anyway for this, and I guess we can pause there. So, the road fades away under a covering of snow, but it takes you far enough to see the facade of some kind of temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. So you imagine it's literally just like a mountain, it's all been carved out. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single point block of amber and depicts a faceless, hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. So they're all kind of, like that. Between the two innermost statues is a 20-foot tall archway with a staircase that's leading downwards. Okay? As you guys are looking over it, you kind of get just a general sense of like unease. Particularly as you rest your eyes upon the statues, you kind of almost can't really look at them too long. You kind of feel a bit like weird.
How would people feel about just like give me like resting for an hour? You know, just like chilling.
I
After that,
think we're going for before we go in.
What
This is
was
reasonable.
is we would have gone to from the morning.
Yeah.
We would have gone from where the little tower is
Yeah.
to the mountain. How long that took to get up to here?
I think getting to the Amber Temple is almost like a day in itself. So we'll say it's like evening.
Okay, so if I could do like 20 hut here, we could rest, long rest.
Yeah.
my bad thing.
I mean, we're all wearing furs and stuff, so we're not cold or anything.
No, but you'd find it difficult sleeping out in the open here. But obviously you can use tiny hut.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you'll be fine if you use
It's
tiny
a
hut.
little warm, but it keeps me up.
Yeah, then in that case, I'll allow that. You can use tiny hut to long rest if you wish.
Yeah,
Okay, I use tiny hut and then that'll be